Hi everyone. Sorry, let me just turn this. I don't know why I'm turning the volume up. Hold on a minute. So, I didn't sleep very well yesterday, but that was my own fault. So I'm just feeling a little bit tired at the moment. I'm supposed to be doing some readings today, for the Chitra new moon, which passed yesterday. But I thought I'd get on here and kind of like, I always cuss people out, and at some point during this video, I'll probably do that again. I'm not gonna hold you, but I just thought that I'd be vulnerable for a minute. So the last couple of days since that video that I made calling racist people the C word, on my Marsha the Two Great channel, there's been this thing where like people associated with gang stalking haven't been talking to me, and I knew what was going on. Like, I know people haven't been talking to me, but because I know why people aren't talking to me, it kind of takes the heat off me a little bit when people are freezing me out and isolating me. It takes the heat off me because I know why they're doing it. If they were doing it because I was wrong, or they were doing it because, I done something really, really bad, like if they were doing that because I was the one in the wrong, then I'd be like, the first thing that I would try to do is make amends, because that's just the kind of person I am. I'm borderline. So like, underneath the anger and underneath the rage, I'm just a big fucking softie who wants to get on with everybody. So if there was any point where I really felt like I was wrong and I was, all that, I would have done my best to make amends. It wouldn't be a thing to me. But because I know that people are freezing me out because they can't take the truth of what their behavior has created in terms of gang stalking, because I know that, and because I know that isolation has been weaponized against targeted individuals anyway, I'm not really pressed about it like I should be. And today was an instance where I saw the person that I gave flowers to, because I gave flowers to him because he like, during the fight that I had with Emma Logan, the near fight that I had, he came and asked me if I was okay. And I, in return, like a couple of days later, I gave him flowers, and it wasn't to kind of manipulate him or anything. It was just like, an acknowledgement that, like, during a time where I was really, really angry and I really could have popped off and I really could have said something evil, he still went out of his way to be kind. So I kind of acknowledged that, and I'm like, yo, I don't owe anybody anything, but I feel like I should give him something, because the fact that he was proactive and he was kind about it, I'm like, let me give him some flowers, man. So that's what I did. I just went to the co-op, got some flowers, gave them to him. Now, fast forward to today, I see him again outside, and I didn't say anything to him this time. I didn't say hi, and it wasn't actually because I was upset with him or anyone else. It was because, as a targeted individual, I don't know what other people are on, right? Because every aspect of social interaction is weaponized. So I don't say anything to him. I always wait for other people to say something before I say something. That's another reason why a lot of, middle-aged white men, not the ones around here, but like talking about the gang stalkers, right? That's why they always try to hypnotize me out of it, or kind of like verbally or psychologically trick me out of it, because they want to trick me out of my sense of control. That's why they do it. So I didn't say anything to this gentleman, because it wasn't to do with him. It wasn't personal. It was just like, I always wait for somebody else to say something before I say something, because I'm not going to willfully enter a situation where social interaction can be weaponized against me. I'm not going to do that. So I wait for other people to talk. So I didn't say hi to him, but another neighbor said hi to me. I said hi back, and he said, hi, how are you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. How are you? He said, yeah, good. And he said, well, you see, we say hi, like, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then there's this, like, the other guy started like bending down in front of my window, and I'm thinking, okay, that's a bit strange. At first I didn't think anything of it, because it was like, at first I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it was like a disrespect or anything, because it was just like, I think he was looking for something. But then it occurred to me, it might have been a disrespect. It might have been like a deliberate disrespect within my eye line. But the fact that I'm even contemplating this, the fact that I'm even contemplating whether somebody bent over in front of my eye line to look for something could have been an act of disrespect, or could have been like something innocuous and innocent. The fact that I even have to question that is fucking insane. And this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that gang stalkers are cunts, perps are cunts, because what the fuck is going on where normal social interactions, where saying hello, greeting someone, asking how someone is, becomes a fucking minefield? And what kind of world do we live in where people are comfortable with social interaction being weaponized like this? Now I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable with you guys, right? Gang stalkers have got it into their minds, and perps have got it into their minds, that I don't like to socialize, which is why they like to get in my face, especially white perps. White perps like to get in your face. They like to be arrogant and get in your face. With black gang stalkers, it's a little bit different. With brown gang stalkers, it's a little bit different. But it's like, people like to get in your face and start talking when they feel like they're not supposed to. They like to do that. They like to provoke you, right? And again, black and brown perps do the same thing, but it's like it's in a different fashion. It's less passive aggressive, but it's like, it's the fact that gang stalkers and perps think that I don't want to talk to anybody. They think I don't want to talk to anybody. They think I don't want to socialize. So they get in my face to the point where I have to socialize, or I have to engage, or they shout out the window so that they will make me engage. Like stuff like that, right? It's always stuff like that. But my thing is this. My own personal hell is not socializing with people. Socializing for me is not a pit, it's a well. It's something that I can draw inspiration from. It's something that I draw joy from. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved socializing with people. I actually like socializing. I like getting to know people. I like going out and traveling different places and meeting different kinds of people. That's the type of shit that I like. I'm not averse to that. I like that shit. But what I don't like is the weaponization of social interaction. I don't fucking like it. And then on top of that, right, even as a normal woman, like just me walking around being what I am, right? Black hair, natural hair. Oh, hello, right? A black woman with natural hair. I'm not really like hideous or anything, but I'm not that pretty, right? I'm not really supermodel attractive. I'm kind of big. I'm getting a bit older. I'm getting on in years. On top of that, all that there are lots of flaws that people love to point out in me. Lots of flaws that people love to point out. And because of that, if I wasn't a targeted individual, there would still be some microaggressions that I would have to deal with. You understand? There would still be ways in which social interactions would be weaponized against me in some kind of hazing ritual, or with some kind of power play. It happens all the time. And especially among successful people, because what's not discussed about successful people is that they're fucking killers. They're not good people. If they weren't doing what they were doing, they'd be out doing serial killing. So that's not the type of environment that moves me. That's not the type of environment that inspires me. It's a type of environment that drains me. Now, imagine you're a targeted individual, and that goes up times 1,000. That's basically what I'm dealing with here. The things that I love, like socializing, you know, like whimsy and all that type of shit, like all of these things that I love and that like that is a well for me and not a pit, all of these things are weaponized. Like I've had so many things that I love to do, like socializing and traveling, weaponized against me in order to take away whatever semblance of happiness that I have. And then when I'm miserable, you know, that's not good enough either. I like, it's like that. This is cunt behavior. Weaponizing social interactions or lack thereof to the point where you don't know where somebody is at is cunt behavior. Gang stalking is cunt behavior. Socializing is not supposed to be a way in which to gain power. It's not supposed to be a way in which you climb up the ladder to gain hierarchy. It's not supposed to be an exercise in crossing somebody else's physical and psychological boundaries. You're just supposed to be forming community. You're just supposed to be getting to know each other. You're just supposed to be like showing kindness and showing empathy and showing sympathy and showing warmth. It's not supposed to be a fucking battlefield. And yet when it comes to somebody who's neurodivergent, and when it comes to somebody who's, you know, not always good at reading social cues, even though my intuition usually picks up the slack, it's the thing that I love to do the most is a fucking minefield all the time. And when you're a targeted individual, the point is to isolate you, right? The point is to isolate you both physically and psychologically. So on top of like social interactions just being a minefield, like in general, like it's also incredibly isolating. And people fucking commenting on me talking to myself as if I fucking want that. Who the fuck wants that shit? And again, this is exactly what I'm talking about. These people have weaponized social interactions to the point where the only way I can get my feelings out is by myself. And that again is weaponized against me. Cunt behavior. Cunt behavior. Cunt behavior. I'm going to say it again. Cunt behavior. As a targeted individual, you can't feel happy, you can't feel sad. Every single innocent or innocent fucking, like potentially innocent situation becomes a minefield. And it's isolating, and it's draining, and it's exhausting. And it makes you feel like you don't want to try. My place is a mess for a reason. It's not because I don't like cleanliness, and it's not because I don't like hygiene. Every time I go out, I smell fucking incredible. You can ask anybody who lives here. Every single time I go out, even if I'm just going to the shops, I smell fucking incredible. You can ask anyone who fucking like knows, anyone who fucking like has interacted with me. I smell fucking good most of the time. And if I don't smell good, you don't smell anything. That's me. Wasn't always like that. Wasn't always like that. But it is now, right? So I'm not the type of person that doesn't care about hygiene. I'm not the type of person that doesn't care about cleanliness. I'm not the type of person that doesn't care about her environment. But I'm fucking stressed. I'm fucking stressed. And then on top of that, speaking of cleanliness, that was also weaponized against me. Like I showed you pictures of the dog shit left on the stairs deliberately. Even cleanliness is weaponized to form some kind of bullshit hierarchy that shouldn't exist. This is exactly the type of shit that keeps poor people kept down, that keeps poor communities kept down. Just this fucking hierarchy shit. We're all supposed to be working together. We're all supposed to be coming together. We're supposed to be helping each other. We're supposed to be helping each other grow. Instead, what? We've got racial slurs being slinged around outside. We've got people isolating each other when they're in the fucking wrong. Like, what is going on? I love socializing. Are you fucking joking me? If I had any other kind of life, I'd be socializing, I'd be traveling, and I'd just be, that's what I'd be doing. That's what I'd be doing. But no, instead I'm stuck in my fucking house. Like, I could move halfway across the country. I moved 2 hours, 2.5 hours from London to here, still doing the same shit, because every single thing that I love has been weaponized against me. Social interactions can't even be social interactions. It's fucking pathetic. That's one of the reasons why I ensure that I protect myself emotionally at all times. It is important to me. Because if these people are going to, like, if gang stalkers and perpetrators are going to weaponize social interactions against me at every minute, I have to make sure that I protect myself in whatever way that I can. That's what I have to do. That's what I have to do. It's a situation, this whole guarded sort of, this guarded fucking one-liner slinger, insult slinger persona that I have adopted over the years, that is a defense mechanism, purely because what I actually love to do, socialize with other people, get to know other people, not even like, it's weird because like socializing would help me to become more successful. But if I'm really honest with you, like, I like to socialize purely for the love of the game. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I love to socialize purely for the love of the game. Purely for the love of the game. And that's the only, it's like, I can't even lie. That's what I love to do. You seriously think I wouldn't be on camera on my lives, uploading YouTubes, if that's what I wouldn't love to do? I wouldn't say shit. I'd be doing shit. Like, I wouldn't be talking to none of you guys. I wouldn't give a fuck like that. But I love to socialize. That's what I love to do. But it's just the whole, like, when I realize how much what I love has been used to, like, it has been weaponized against me to the point where it has literally wrecked my life. I'm disgusted. I'm not just angry. I'm legitimately disgusted. I'm fucking disgusted. And then on top of that, for people around me to have pity, there's a reason why I don't like pity. When you are laughing at somebody or being cruel to somebody for the sake of it, and then when they start crying and they start going through stuff, you feel pity for them. You're removing your own behavior away from the equation. You're removing your shame, you're removing your guilt, to the point where the only way you can humanize someone else is if you don't see your own culpability in the suffering that they're going through. That's what pity is. Pity is not seeing the culpability of your own actions in somebody else's pain. There are times where I pity people. Sometimes I do pity my enemies, I can't lie. Sometimes I do. But that's because I know that they put themselves in that situation. I didn't put them in that situation. So for people who have deliberately hurt me, deliberately set me up to be pathologically murdered, who are torturing me through isolation, for them to turn around and pity me is disgusting. Disgusting. Because you're over there trying to insinuate through your emotional output that I, being myself, simply being myself, deserve what is happening to me. That's why I don't have time for pity when it comes to me. You're not going to fucking pity me when you're the one who's culpable in it. And if you don't care that you're culpable in my suffering and you don't care about the pain that you've caused, that's fine. Then don't care. But don't waste your pity. Not on me, because that'll, yeah, I'll destroy you. You come with that pity shit. I'll destroy you. Because you should understand how you are culpable in their behavior. Don't come to me with no pity shit. You're not superior to me. You might be culpable in some of my suffering, but that doesn't make you superior. It makes you a monster. Save your fucking pity. Unless you come to me with empathy or genuine sympathy or genuine compassion, genuine accountability, don't bother, no bother with it. Okay? Know what I mean? I'm not your therapist. No fucking victim of abuse or anything else is the therapist of a perpetrator ever. So yeah, like the whole, the whole thing today, like, it didn't make me angry. It just really made me think. Do you know what I mean? But as for like all the stuff that happened today, like with the racial slurs being shouted and, all the weird stuff with the isolation thing. Again, if it was a situation where I knew it was me and I knew that like I was the one in the wrong, and like if I'd have known that, then I would have felt really, really bad about it. But I know I'm not. So what am I wasting my emotions for? Show me. It's just a shame that the life that I could have had, like where I was socializing, traveling, getting to know people, like doing lots of like, not vanilla sex, but like vanilla with a little bit of strawberry in it. Like, like just fucking, if I was like socializing and doing some light kink or whatever, like I could live with that. Like that's my shit. You know what I mean? But I can't do that. I can't enjoy any of that because gang stalking has just ruined shit for me. It's just ruined everything for me. It's just ruined like the things that I love to do for me. Now I got to walk around with this hard shell that like I never wanted to wear because people just go too far with me. Every time I do something that makes them feel like just a little bit uncomfortable, like people just go too fucking far. So now I got to wear this guard up. And now I have to have that killer instinct. And when I say that, I don't mean like being violent or causing harm to other people. But there's, what is it? It's like, it's something called it's called a death something. I can't remember what it is. I don't think it's called a death urge. It's something, it's death something. I don't think it's a death urge. I don't think it's something. Like, I can't remember the name of it, but it was something that like an online creator came up with. But it's something that we all have. It's something that is like that killer instinct, right? It's like that killer energy, right? That's what a lot of people have kind of offloaded onto me, right? So, now I have to walk around with that same energy. I have to walk around with that, killer energy. And again, I'm not talking about committing violence against people. I'm not talking about committing violence against people. I'm talking about like murderous energy, but instead of like using it to hurt people and using it to, to cause severe harm to people or yourself, it's about taking that really powerful, intense internal energy and turning it towards something that could actually help other people, that can build community, that can build a stronger sense of self, which is kind of what I've done. I've built a stronger sense of self with it. Like taking that death urge, taking that killer instinct and using that incredibly powerful energy that comes from every fiber of your being to actually do good. And most people don't fucking do that. I should know because I've been on the end, at the fucking, I've been like on the receiving end of a lot of people's killer energy or death urges. I've been on the receiving end of a lot of people's desire to kill. So I know what I'm talking about. I've been on the receiving end of that energy. A lot of people do not use that energy for good. They use that energy to look good. They don't use that energy to be better people. They use that energy to feel like they're better people, which is a very different thing. But yes, in order to protect myself, I've got to tap into that energy, that killer drive. And again, I must repeat this. This is not about killing other people. Though it, again, we've all seen what happens when that instinct is used towards other people. Gang stalking happened. So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is taking that powerful energy and using it towards the betterment of your community rather than raising it to the ground. The fuck? That's what I'm talking about. So that's what I have to become. I didn't want to turn into that. I didn't want to turn into that. I wanted to just be a happy, bouncy little socialite who went around fucking, you know, enjoying light kink and shit. I didn't want to be, I did not want to be this person who, you know, who had to use the truth to survive. That's not what I wanted to be. And yet here we are. I was just very tired. I was just very tired by the whole thing. Now I feel better. Now I feel better. Although, honestly, I was eating some Haribo, so... Okay, so cholesterol time. Okay, hold on. Oh, cholesterol time. I've been eating strawberries and blueberries. I ate this. And also, I ate this. Been drinking this. Hopefully that hasn't been contaminated. I don't think it has anyway. I've been leaving it here rather than taking it with me, because I used to take my drinks and stuff with me ever since Emma Logan broke into a house of mine one time and fucking gobbed in one of my drinks. I've had to kind of try to take that with me. But I didn't leave it. I didn't take it with me this time. I just left it. And, oh no, I forgot one of her children bragging about spitting in all my cleaning products as well. I don't know if they actually did that, but yeah. They like to do shit like that. So I didn't take it with me. Hopefully it's not contaminated. Hopefully it's not. Been drinking that. That's like lemon and citrus juices and lemon and lime citrus juices and a little bit of honey and lots of water. Okay, so homemade lemonade. That's what I've been drinking. I wanted to get Wingstop, but after eating snacks all day, I kind of realized I didn't really want the Wingstop. I might still want it later on, but like at the time, I wasn't actually hungry. I was, you know, because I am neurodivergent, I have something called demand aversion, where even when my own mind is telling me what to do, I feel the need to kind of defy it. And my own mind was telling me, like, do not get Wingstop, it's a waste of fucking money, don't do it. Well, it's not, because I usually buy it for 2 days rather than one. But it's like, it was telling me like it's just a waste of fucking money, don't do it. But you know, my brain was telling me that, so my neurodivergent self was like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna do it. But then I realized I'm not actually fucking hungry. I've just been snacking. And the fruit especially, it really like neutralizes any excess hunger. So whatever excess hunger I was feeling from that, it was neutralized by the fruit. But then I did eat some of these as well. And the old me would have completely finished the bag, but like these days I'm just like, nah, I can easily leave a half bag in there. That's because when you get older, right, like your taste buds change. Like certain things, you consume too much of certain things and they become too sweet to you. So it's like that right there, even though I shouldn't be eating any of this shit, I don't eat as much sweets as I used to. I prefer fruit. I genuinely prefer it. Like, I don't like, you know, like I said, my diet is not good, but I prefer fruit to like sweets and candy and stuff like that. And that, again, that's not a moral thing. It's not, you know, because I should be eating healthy. I just prefer the taste of fruits and veg, right? I still eat crap, but it's like, I prefer the taste of fruits and veg to like something like Haribo. I prefer the taste of berries and apples and pear. Oh, pear sounds really good. Okay, so you see what I'm talking about? I prefer fruit. I genuinely prefer it now. I never used to, but I genuinely prefer it because of the taste. And it's purely because of the taste and the fact that fruit makes me feel better. And vegetables make me feel better. Like, that's purely by coincidence. I just prefer the fucking taste. I'm sorry. Like, like, I just prefer the taste of it. But yeah, like, my diet is far from healthy. It's far from healthy. And the fact is that because I'm neurodivergent, I tend to pick up my food. So what I've learned to do is I've learned to incorporate like fruit and veg into that. And it's not the best. Do you know what I mean? It's not great because at my particular age, I'm still eating like what, a teenager. I'm still eating like a teenager, not a mindful one either. But I do slowly like introduce healthy food into my diet and incorporate healthy food into my diet, so that instead of me going full tilt for 2 weeks and then like just not doing it for the rest of the year, like, I will slowly incorporate healthy diets in healthy habits into my life. And that includes diet, and that includes water. There are times where, you know, I used to drink plain water by the bottle full. Now I have to have like some form of electrolytes in the water. But it's like I slowly incorporate and creep in like healthy stuff to eat and drink, like creep it in, so that I can sustain it long term. And it does take a while until you become fully integrated with that healthiness, but it is worth it because, again, now I like fruit and veg. I like water. I never used to like those things. But these things are important in order for me to maintain like a healthier lifestyle in the long run. Like, just take it slowly rather than pressuring myself to kind of like take everything at once. And then also talking to you guys, that's helping me to become accountable for what I do. Also though, I might still get the Wingstop. I might still get it because snacks are not filling. They can satisfy you for a while, but snacks are not filling. And Wingstop is still snacks, but I might get it, I might not get it. I'm kind of leaving that open as an option. And again, that's like me tricking my brain again, because if I leave certain things as an option, rather than like saying, no, do not do this, right? If I leave it in my mind as an option, then I'm less likely to be like, you know what, I think I will do it. Like, if it's just hanging in the air as an option, then it would be like, then it gives me the opportunity to say yes or say no, rather than me immediately like my mind immediately doing a demand aversion thing. Do you understand what I mean? So that's how I handle it. You know what I mean? So, and on top of that, you know, the torture of being a gang stalking victim, it's also difficult to navigate your spending habits and your eating habits when you are a victim of gang stalking and you are medium functioning neurodivergent and you are, you know, sort of like misdiagnosed all the time and neglected by the NHS. Now, yeah, it's very, very difficult. And the whole neglect by the NHS thing is a double-edged sword, because I know that me being black is part of the reason, me being black as well as being gang stalked is the reason why my mental health was neglected by the NHS. At the same time, I've seen what happens to people, to white and brown people who are not as neglected by the NHS as I am. And especially when they are targeted individuals. You see, even like white privilege and non-black privilege are weaponized against white and brown TIs, like weaponized against them, like fucking literally. So it's like, if I was white or brown as a targeted individual, if I was favored by this world as a targeted individual, like systemically in terms of my demographic, I think my situation would have worked out differently. In some ways better, but in some ways a lot fucking worse. Because I wouldn't have been as neglected. And when you're not as neglected, they're more keen to medicate you. They're more keen to, you know, do certain things. So benign neglect by gang stalking via psychiatry, lifesaver. Lifesaver. And it's because of these things that I've been able to kind of get to know myself a little bit better and like figure out how to give myself the self-care that I need. Whilst I continue to figure my life out and get my life to where I need it to be. So yeah, I'm not perfect. Never pretended to be for 1 second. But what I will say is that I am definitely trying, and I will continue to keep doing what I'm doing. I will continue to keep incorporating healthier habits into my life slowly but surely. I will continue to do that. And again, I know that as a targeted individual, I'm being pathologically murdered. I'm being tortured. There are certain things that other people in the world will have access to that I will never have access to. I make peace with that. I accept that. But what I'm not going to accept is, what I'm no longer going to accept is other people wanting me dead as an excuse for me not to take care of myself. What I'm not going to do is use other people turning their killer instincts and their death urges on me as an excuse not to take care of myself, as an excuse not to treat other people like human beings, as an excuse not to take care of my fellow TIs. I will no longer use that as an excuse. So that's it. Yeah. But yeah, just needed to get that out there. Yeah, while I charge the phone. Oh shit, I forgot the fucking ring light's on. It looks like I'm not going to be able to do any of these readings until tomorrow. It's okay. I need to rest anyway. So, peace and blessings, my fellow TIs. Marsha the Great out. You guys take care of yourselves. Bye-bye, my darlings. Hold on. This slow connection bar is in the way. Sorry.